There's this guy who referenced the old Mythbusters where like what gets you more wet, walking or running in the rain, and apparently they made a new episode redacting that statement and saying it was false, but no one saw that one, and everyone still thinks walking in the rain gets you less wet, which
people out here just walking
feels really obvious, but.
I'm sorry, I just can't imagine walking through a rainstorm, clenching your teeth, being like, "This is better. This must be better."
Dude, there's generations of people doing that because of that Mythbusters episode.
Look at that person running. He's going to get so much wetter than me.
Idiot.
Yo, what is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to another episode of the Waveform podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Marques.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm David.
This week, okay, there's actually a lot to talk about this week, but we can kind of like speed run through it, maybe, hopefully. We'll see.
Maybe.
I tested the Tesla Robotaxis, finally. There's also a slew of iPhone 17 leaks. There's a bunch of new other gadgets we want to talk about, and a couple Google things to throw in there. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
But first, I'm doing the but first.
Okay.
Where Adam and I are doing it. We have a story to tell you guys.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
On Tuesday, a bunch of people from the office went to this pizza place called Raza in Jersey City, which is like, everyone's apparently obsessed with it because it says like the best pizza in New York is actually in New Jersey.
I tried to go there one time without a reservation, and there were spots open at the bar, and I was like, "Can I sit at the bar?" And they were like, "That's a 3-hour wait."
It's
What the heck?
3 hours? That's a different meal time.
Made
it
the
was
reservation.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
It was like, that's breakfast, man. That's breakfast.
we made the reservation a few months ago, I think.
Oh, wow. Really?
It was very good. Yeah,
Dang.
a bunch of us went. It was fun. But as we leave, we're like, Adam and I are getting ready to go back to our car, and this guy bumps into me and is like, "Andrew?" I was like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like,
I'm your long-lost cousin.
"No." He's like, "I'm listening to Waveform right now," and pulls his phone out and shows me mid-episode.
Yeah, he was up to trivia.
Yeah. He was like, "I'm at trivia right now." And I was like, he's like, "Can I take a picture?" I was like, "Yeah." "Do you want Adam?" And he's like, "What?" And Adam like comes out of the group, and then we took a picture. It was
Shout out
awesome.
to Shree. It was
Shout
awesome.
out. Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
He made sure he wanted to know if you were there. I said, "I'm sorry. Marques hates pizza, so he's not here." And
I was in a different city.
And he asked about me too, right?
It's funny because I did run into Ellis randomly in the
that
airport
also is funny.
Oh, yeah.
while we were shooting in LA.
Yeah, at midnight at LAX, I'm like getting on a red-eye flight. Like, it's like okay, let's get ready to go to sleep on the plane. It's here. Is that Ellis? And I look up and it's Marques and Jono. And we've never run into each other outside of work before.
Yeah.
Like randomly. I
Yeah.
go all over the country with you. But yeah, that was really weird.
That's so funny.
That's not the first time I've run into one of you guys in the airport.
Really?
Did I run into you at the airport?
No, I ran into Brandon at Newark
Brandon.
Airport.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Terminal A. It was the other way around. He got off a flight. I was going in to get on a flight.
Oh.
Small world. Also, in that airport, a woman recognized me as that car guy,
Ooh.
which was interesting.
Was that the first time that's ever happened?
Second time it's ever. Another person recently was like, "You do the automotive content." And I was like, "Oh,
very
yes."
good.
So that was cool.
I feel that way. There was a guy in my neighborhood who stopped me and he's like, "Aren't you the guy that does the panoramas?" And I was like, "Whoa." I do like being recognized for that. That is.
So if you ever see us in person, definitely ask me about the car videos and ask David about the panoramas.
And just ask about Ellis at all.
Yeah.
so he doesn't feel bad.
Okay, I do have a bit of a rant though.
Okay.
Do any of you guys still play Wordle every day?
No.
Yes.
You play? Okay, yeah.
I played this like once. It gives me too much anxiety. I don't like.
You did say that before.
Yeah, it's too anxious inducing.
You know,
I don't like
we
it.
still have a Wordle channel in Slack, and we still have a couple people playing every day. We interviewed the creator of Wordle many years ago,
Josh Wardle.
and part of what we discovered in all of our research about Wordle is there is just a database, just a bin of all of the words that are 5 letters long that they will go through before they repeat. And they kind of handed that off to New York Times. Now there's an editor that like sort of picks the word of the day or whatever, but they haven't repeated any words since they started Wordle. And in these last few days, I think they've gotten to the bottom of the barrel of words they didn't want to use because there have been so many weird, bad, annoying to guess words in the past 2 weeks that I'm starting to think they're at the actual bottom of the barrel.
We're scraping the barrel at this point, for sure. I feel like it's been like the last month or so. You normally go in being like, these are the letters I want to knock out to see if like they're ones to use. The amount of 2 guesses with all grays that I've had lately is wild. There's so many double letters because like guessing the same letter twice in one word is a bad strategy because you want to knock out as many words as possible.
We recently had tizzy as one of the
That's
words.
a good one.
That's not
Double
a good
Z? Who would guess double Z in
Dizzy.
Another one. I don't even know how to say it. Assay. Yesterday was assay. ASSAY. What
does that
2
mean?
double letters. I don't know. I didn't even Google it. I finished the puzzle and I threw my phone across the room. Just kidding. I didn't do that. But why is that one of the
I did a
words?
couple of weeks see people just tweeting like, "What the actual heck?"
Yes.
And I was like, "What?" And then I found out they were talking about Wordle.
Yeah,
They were
Wordle hasn't been trending on my Twitter. I still call it Twitter in a long time, and these last couple of weeks, it has been trending on Twitter for
it's
me.
the most I've ever just like put in letters of a word that I'm not even
Yeah.
sure is a word and hit
Just
okay
guessing.
and just guess. And that's how I got assay or
I don't know what
assay
assay
last
is.
night.
Assay.
We looked it up last night or this morning. I think
It's the test you do to determine the
metal or
Yeah, the purity of an ore. I'm looking at this list, guys. I don't know. This sounds like a you problem.
It's really easy when you look at it, but when you look at it through the scope of like good
Yeah.
Wordle strategy, this is hard. Which maybe that's the fun part, but I wish they all weren't in the last month. I feel like we're just at the hard words now.
Yeah. Is it a U problem because there's no U in the word that they're releasing? The U's?
There's only one U word in here that I wrote down. Undid.
Undid.
Yeah, these are all.
Undid.
You wrote down a bunch of words from Wordle from the past month.
Okay.
Savvy.
That's fine.
SAVVY.
Yeah, that's a normal word.
But guessing that is really hard.
It is a normal word, but it's like that. You're never gonna get that. And
2 V's and a
really.
Y is.
okay.
Foist.
What does that
I
mean?
don't
Exactly.
know what voice is.
You don't know
What is
voice
that?
mean-
No.
To foist to foist is to force. No, it's to force. I mean, I think it literally means pick up, but in modern English, it's only figurative, and it means to force upon someone. So,
Yeah.
like for example, you would say, "I am dismayed that Sam Altman foists his virtues upon American society."
Which makes
yeah.
perfect sense. I've just never, ever heard anyone say that before.
I think I got
You
this
don't know- wait, you don't know the word gopher with an F?
Gopher.
GOFER.
So
go-
I know
a gopher
the
is the-
animal,
No,
GOPHER. I don't know what GOFER is.
I forget if it's a verb or a noun,
Go
but
for gold.
it's someone who goes and retrieves something as like an errand person. Like that is their title
gopher.
and their duty is to go and retrieve items.
Never heard that.
Go for cup.
Do you want to go for coffee?
I'm not gonna like nervy. That's
No,
not a
that'd be
word
so
I-
funny.
Baller, BALER. What is that?
That might be
That's
Baylor.
Baylor. That's Baylor.
Baylor.
And that might be
Baller?
someone who bails.
Still,
Baller. I think
that's
it's Baller.
BAIL though.
No, that's someone who bails like I'm canceling. This is someone who bails hay, like takes bundles of straw
baler.
and produces.
I didn't know
You
that was a
guys.
verb.
Let me confirm that.
A machine for making paper is a baler.
Foist was hard because I don't think I got it because I had like
Or cotton.
joist, hoist,
Yeah.
all of moist. Like,
That's
all
what makes
of
it
these
harder
different-
for me is
Yes.
when it ends in such a common way.
Yeah, you
and then
guess
you're just guessing
you
one
guess
letter.
all of the normal words that end in oist, and then it goes, just kidding. It was foist. You're like, no, that's not.
Foist is a good word.
Yeah, but you'd never guess that before moist, hoist, joist, any of the other normal.
Okay, but other ones,
I would guess it before joist because I'm not good
whole,
with my hands.
haunt, quake, those are pretty normal. Omega.
Anyway, this is the Wordle podcast. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
if
I
you're
just-
not playing Wordle,
It
you're
obvious-
missing out, man.
It probably means
don't
the
play
game is
Wordle.
really good that they're hard like this, but like, yeah, our Slack has been
hate this game.
extremely angry the last month.
I literally guessed once, and then it's all gray, and then I have a panic attack.
David, you played Balatro.
the
That's so
tab.
much more stressful.
No, Balatro is so calming.
The one of these
so
that I
easy.
will have issue with as somebody who doesn't play Wordle. Atria, that's stupid.
Yeah, Atrio. I don't know what that
Atria is like
Atria is the singular or the plural verb of atrium,
Oh.
like the center of a.
That's actually not so bad for me because the one thing about Wordle is there are never any plurals that end in S. So there's no there's no FAN, like what is a 5-letter
Plans.
plural? Plans. They'll never say PLANS. That will never be a Wordle word.
oh, so there's no plurals.
There's no plurals that end in S. But there are words like atria that are plural but that don't end in S. So part of your Wordle strategy is probably to never use the word S or the letter S at the end. Oh. But you can still guess plurals. So
What do you think happens when we run out of 5-letter words?
You know, like
do they start?
in
start
Bitcoin,
over.
it's like the halving every couple of years. Right? That's what's going to happen with Wordle.
They should make an announcement so that people can start like guessing old words again.
You know what they should do when they do that? They should announce Wordle like that has a 4-letter word version and a 6-letter word version.
I think, and you associate how many guesses you get with how many letters are in the words.
Yeah,
so
6-letter
either
Wordle.
4
but
guesses for 4 words or 6
More
guesses for
guesses.
6 letters. I think
Interesting.
would be fun.
We'll see what they do.
I think that would
really
be
hard.
way too difficult. But
You get a whole extra guess.
when we spoke with Josh Wordle, he said that he tested out like 6-letter words, and there's just so many. of them.
There's
So
so
he was
many.
like, he picked 5
Isn't
for
that
that
good?
specific
Well, yeah,
reason.
there's
that it,
7 years of 5-letter words.
yeah,
I
that's
think
fair.
so.
True.
All
It
right.
has-
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out when we get there because last word will be like some crazy word. We'll be like, all right, that
It's
was
just
the last
like
one.
sleeping. Z.
Yeah. All right. So this video is going to come out later after this podcast, but I did get to test the Robotaxis, in air quotes, Robotaxis in Austin, Texas. It was eye-opening. I've never ridden in a Robotaxi before. I've also never ridden in a Waymo before. So I
really?
went to ride in both. I did them back to back. I did many of each. Took a lot of notes, got a lot of footage, wrote a lot of stuff down, had some interesting experiences. The one that I'll tell here on the podcast, which may be mentioned in the video but not really be as featured, is that I got out of a Robotaxi and we started to try to hail the next one, which was a Waymo. And then I realized that I left my phone in the Robotaxi and it had driven away. And that is a different level of stressful. Now, it's not as stressful as it would have been in the Waymo, because there's no one in a Waymo. The nice thing is, in the Robotaxis, there's actually a person, which is normally not what you want, but there is a person in the Robotaxi. So they found my phone, called me, and were
How'd they
able
call
to.
you?
So basically, here's what happened. So
They had your phone.
my iPhone has the beta app and the test flight app for the Robotaxi app, not my Android phone.
Yeah.
So what happens is every time you call a Robotaxi, in order to verify that you're the one that's supposed to get in, the person in the passenger seat goes, hey, can I just see the Robotaxi app to confirm that you're the person calling the car? You show it to them, they go, okay, great. And then you go along for your ride. So I always have to have that phone with me. So we get in this ride, and I'm doing one of the many rides, capturing a lot of footage. I'm holding the cameras up. Brandon's in the passenger seat holding cameras up. And I've sort of just put the iPhone down in my lap and have started doing all the rest of the note-taking and stuff on my other phone. So we eventually get out the car, close the doors, we gather all our stuff, and I realize I never picked my phone back up. So my iPhone with the Robotaxi app is sitting in the Robotaxi in the back seat as it's driving away around Austin, Texas somewhere. First reaction is definitely, oh God, I'm never going to see that again. But I have the Find My app on my Apple Watch. So I open that up and it shows me the location of my phone. And I can see it's driving like 6 blocks away, making turns. And who knows if there's somebody else in the back seat now or if it's just
I'm
going
just
to the next
picturing
pickup.
you like hauling ass, running ass.
So that's what it was like 95 degrees. And I thought if the thing was 2 blocks away, I would have ran. I would have chased it down. But it was like a 1.2 miles away.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I can see it now. And then every time I refreshed, it would be a little further away, a little further away. And so I hit the like ping it button. I marked it as lost, which put my phone number on the screen, and then I pinged to play a sound.
Oh,
So I
nice.
figure the person in the car
Yeah.
is hearing this iPhone blaring a siren in the back seat. He's just gonna reach back and see, oh, I'll just go back to where I dropped that guy off and like give him his phone back. Never happens. I hit that sound button many times, probably 15, 20 times.
Wow.
Nobody ever picks it up. But I keep following his GPS location. Brandon and I are trying to figure out, what do we do here? Do we wait for it to come back? Do we try to take another Uber to the location? I'm following it, and after a while, it like stops, and it's like a mile north. And I'm like, okay, great. So I call an Uber, and it's a Waymo, and
Follow that car.
we get in the Waymo, and the Waymo starts going towards the GPS location of the Robotaxi where it stopped. But then as we're on our way there, it turns around and starts going back to where we're going.
And you're like, let me
And
out.
we're like,
No.
oh God. So we cancel that ride, or we have it turn back around and go back to or we just cancel that ride and go back to the start. And we thought it was coming back to us, but then it went past us and then started going south. So then it went like a full 15 minutes south of us. And I just kept following it. And then again, I see the location stop. And it's like 15 minutes south. So I'm like, okay. We call an Uber, go to that location. As we're on our way, it starts going even more south. But we get to that spot again. And basically, it gets to another spot where it stops. And then I get a phone call saying, hey, did you leave this phone in a Robotaxi? It's like, finally, dude, I hit that button like 20 times. Nobody called me. And they said, yeah, that was, I said, that was me. That was my phone. I was like, yep, you can come to the like Tesla service center at this address and pick it up.
Oh, so they went to drop it off at the service center.
So I think the Robotaxi automatically goes back to the service center after every so many miles. These things are doing limited miles and are, I assume, going back to service centers to just get cleaned at least or whatever.
Or charged.
Or charged. Yeah. Something I noticed is every Robotaxi I took had almost the same amount of battery life, which is interesting. So I went back there. The guys got my phone, hands me my phone. Great. We're all good. We resume and continue our testing. But that was terrifying. I think if it was lost in a Waymo where there is nobody in it and it's going to pick up other people.
There's Waymo support, though, on the app.
Right. That would have been easier because I still have the Waymo app on my phone.
Yeah.
And I can just
You could have
call
told them
Waymo.
and
Well,
they would have
in
known
your
which
scenario.
one.
But in my scenario with the Robotaxi app being on the phone that I lost in the Robotaxi,
Yeah,
I couldn't
right.
call the Robotaxi support.
Right.
That was the
That's what
challenge.
most people would experience, though, because most people
because
don't
most
have
people
two
don't have two
phones.
phones.
And the phone
Right.
that they called the app with is probably
their
the one.
phone.
Well, it's
in
even.
the-
It would have been even worse for them because they couldn't have even like put their phone number on the.
Yeah, when you do that like
Yeah.
lost thing, I guess, do you get to put what phone number is in it? So
Yep.
I would put like
You can do the
Claire's
whole
phone
thing from
number
your
in it.
watch.
Yeah, I could edit the phone number and
Okay.
put a message on the screen.
So
can
did you
hope
have
you're
it
with
call your
someone.
Android phone?
I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say most people wouldn't even have a phone number to call.
Yeah.
'cause they wouldn't
If
have
you're
a
with
phone.
someone, it would be
Yeah,
like
if you're with someone,
call.
You could put an email, you could put whatever, just to have them reach out once it
But
gets
what if
found.
they weren't wearing an Apple Watch?
Then that'd be tough. You would not find it. You'd have to like go have like another device with Find My on it eventually.
And what if this was a bunch of cybercabs being run by some random guy who bought a lot of them and is running a
Well,
business?
that was the concern is like in the future, these are not going to have people in them. And then what happens? Like the next person who gets in is just going to see an iPhone on the seat next to them blaring. And
To
it's
be
just-
fair, I guess
mean,
most
that's happened
taxis
in
aren't that much
Ubers
different.
before,
Or Ubers,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so Ubers and taxis with a person in them, the driver can drive the car back to you. Like they can go, oh, I just dropped this person off and now the phone's beeping. I can just go back to where I was 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
If they're nice.
Yeah, I was in an Uber once and there was a pair of AirPods like in the back seat, and I
Yeah.
told the driver and I was like, I think someone left these?" And he's like, "Oh, you want them?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm going to leave these with you because they may call
Yeah.
you, my friend."
Yeah,
That's
that's
like,
what
I'm not
you-
stealing.
what you hope doesn't
Stealing
happen.
someone's headphones.
I find, I guess New York City thing, I don't know, but like I find AirPods on the ground all the time.
Like individual
Sync-
ones.
No, like a full pack of AirPods.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So I'm curious,
Why even buy them?
when you find AirPods, do you leave them somewhere obvious, so if the person retraces their steps, they can find them?
But then someone else can
or
just take them
B,
easier.
hide them, assuming they have Find My and will be able to locate them like
I'd
that.
probably hold on to them, mark them as lost, because you can like tap your phone to them, I think, and then you can like go to the.
Oh, so I've been doing the worst thing.
Yeah.
What are you
Alice
doing?
is like scaling a building and like putting it behind
in
the
the
gutter.
sewer.
Yeah.
I try to split the difference. Like I'll try to like find a knoll in a tree where you wouldn't find them unless you're looking for them. But clearly, there's like a smart person.
I think there's an easier way to do it. Yeah.
I'm imagining the person who finds the AirPods Ellis left behind. He's like, "How did I lose them in this
Yeah.
tree knot? How did it get?"
That's why I
definitely
leave. That's why I leave a little note. I say, "You're welcome" from the AirPod fairy.
Do you know when you like open AirPods in your phone and it says "not your AirPods" and then you can hit like "mark as lost"? Like these are not mine.
I
I
don't
found
know.
them.
Good
Oh
to
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of cars,
Yeah.
apparently. So I had the opportunity this week to drive the Xiaomi SU7.
I'm
Very
very
cool.
curious.
Yeah.
This is the car that, what was it, Ferrari executives were
It was
so
the
impressed
Ford- the
by,
Ford
or
exec-
Ford executives
yeah.
are so impressed by that they
Yeah.
bought one. I,
I
think
bel-
also Ferrari now, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
'Cause
doesn't sound like a Ferrari thing.
I was
which
pretty
would be
sure.
impressive.
I'm pretty sure there are like only 2 or 3 in the U.S. right now. Hugo Barra, who we had on the podcast last year, I think. He used to work at Xiaomi. He used to work at Google. He used to work at Meta. He's done everything around Silicon Valley. He was like, "Hey, I got one of these. I was able to import it. I'm holding on to it. You should drive it around and like check it out." So I flew to San Francisco, and then I took a Caltrain down to Palo Alto. Met him in the morning.
You didn't take a Robotaxi? Sorry, we'll get there.
No, I don't think they're running there
They just opened.
in SF.
They just start. This is a total derailment. They just started doing robotaxi rides in the entire Bay Area.
Oh.
But they're not allowed to do it without someone in the driver's seat. So it's just a guy in the driver's seat with the car on autopilot, and it's a robotaxi. Anyway, go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So so I went down there to drive it. It is kind of crazy. It feels very, very similar to a Model S in like a number of ways, but it also feels like an Android phone at the same time. It's like extremely modular. So Xiaomi sells like all of these different attachments and like modular parts for it. You might remember they have a physical like switch attachment that goes underneath the giant iPad in the front.
I did see that.
Right? They have this little bay underneath the like cup holder area that it's like modular and you can swap in and out different stuff. So there's like an air freshener that will put out different scents. There's a Bluetooth speaker that charges over time, similar to on the Rivians. They have a flashlight attachment. They've got all this different stuff. In the back, something that's very cool. They have speakers in the headrest. So like when you're doing turn-by-turn navigation, it won't interrupt your music. It'll just like play right behind you.
That's neat. There's a couple of cars I've tested that have speakers in the headrest, but it's nice to separate that if you're using the in-car navigation, I assume, and put the instructions next to your head.
Right.
That's cool.
It has CarPlay, which is kind of crazy because it has its own kind of Xiaomi ecosystem stuff. And it has like 65 watt charging, I think, in the charging pad area.
Nice.
It had a lot of really cool features, lots of different modular attachments.
Yeah.
There is a headrest attachment that you can put a Mi Pad like 7 in or whatever, and it wirelessly charges the Mi Pad, and it can be used to control entertainment in the car and everything. There's a refrigerator in the back seat that's like built into the little console, so you can like put drinks in it and stuff and slide it out. It was kind of insane. And that car is pretty affordable. It's like $40K or something.
Yeah, this is the crazy thing is I didn't realize it goes all the way down to like
probably even cheaper.
Like even
probably
under
like 30.
40.
Yeah, probably like 30 or something.
SU7 Standard, SU7 Pro, and SU7 Max, and then SU7 Ultra.
Ultra
I
is the
forgot
new
they
one.
did those names.
Yeah, the Ultra is the new one.
Do you know which one you got to which trim?
It was
you
the
were?
Max.
The Max. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Max starts at 41.3,
That is insane.
which is crazy.
Wait, I thought Pro Max and Ultra were just their driver assistance modes, not the
No, the
It's a-
actual trim.
It's a trim for the whole car.
Yeah.
The Ultra is like the
Yeah.
1500 horsepower, like super crazy one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a lot of
Yeah,
car
yeah.
for 41. Although, that's obviously there's a thing about these EVs, and there's so much talk about competition in the US, and like if these cars were in the US, they would crush because the US cars are all too expensive and don't have these features. It reminds me of Lucid a tiny bit. Lucids are all expensive.
Yeah.
But the amount of car you get for the money is still more than the car is worth. They just have unlimited Saudi money to spend on development, and like the car you get is more than the car you're paying for.
Yeah.
And that kind of feels like similar with this.
And they
Xiaomi.
have a self-driving system too,
Yeah.
but it does not work in the United States
Makes sense.
because none of the roads are mapped. So the mapping system like doesn't work, and you have to basically use CarPlay or your phone. But they do have a cool you just tap your phone to the screen, and you can mirror your phone on the giant screen too.
This is what the Apple car would have been.
Basically, yeah. No, it's like a Xiaomi car. If you have a Xiaomi phone, you tap your phone to it, you put your phone in the little 65 watt supercharger thing. You can use your full phone on the display while you're driving, so you don't actually have to do anything on your phone physically.
It's impressive.
Did you have any questions about it?
So you got to drive it.
Yeah.
Did anything surprise you about the way it drove? Was it more tuned kind of like a luxury sedan type of thing, or was it sporty?
So it is meant to be sporty. The problem is that they have this like lock system on it where you have to have driven like 200 miles before it unlocks like the faster speeds. And Hugo had not driven it that 200 miles yet. It only capped out at like 65 miles an hour.
Oh,
So it was kind of hard to even be on the freeway.
Does it kind of
Interesting.
like grade you in those first 200 miles to like deem if you're a good, safe driver, and then it unlocks the
I don't
faster
think so.
one?
It's
or-
just
Pretty
Why?
sure like DJI drones do this too, where like in order to go to like the sport mode on it, or even like to be able to fly outside of, they like
geofence.
they geofence it in an even smaller area to like make sure it's not too far away. Then after X amount of hours or whatever, then you can go further.
This was definitely not geofence though.
No, not geofence. Yeah, but like similar to that, where it's just like
gated.
I've seen it just like hours is the only thing they're working on.
Yeah. So this one had a certain number of miles. But
I'm trying to think of like what its closest competition would be if it was in the US. And I am torn between like Taycan, which is a sportier thing, or like, I don't know. I guess like a Model S would be the equivalent.
to
softer.
me, it felt a lot like a Model S, but if the Model S was like nicer. Because it had a lot of strange features, like the chair that you're sitting in, the seat. When you would go around a turn, it would like bend the
bolsters
seat.
hug you?
Yeah,
I love those.
It was so weird.
I love those.
It was like it would like push into your side to
Yeah.
like stop you from like rolling or whatever.
Active bolsters is crazy.
It was pretty crazy. It had like Dolby surround. It had a very cool HUD that could be like raised or lowered, and it would like show turn-by-turn navigation in front of you.
That's fun.
When are we getting this, Marques? Damn.
it's pretty nuts.
Xiaomi, if you're watching this, I really would love to test this car. I mean, there's other EVs that I've had similar things told to me about, which is like, dude, if this was available in the US, it would crush.
Yeah.
The Xiaomi SU7 is one of them.
Yeah.
I would love to test it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I don't think that car could ever be sold in the US for like $40K, but yeah.
yeah, importing cars, well, tariffs, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It would cost a lot more. But we'll
Tariffs
see.
at all. Anyway,
Interesting.
I just want to bring that up.
We just got to test this crazy car called the Cadillac Celestique. Cadillac loves the letter Q,
Yeah.
or GM loves the letter Q, but this was a $340,000 EV.
How many SU7s could you buy?
You could buy 10. But
Yeah.
it
At least 8.
it has this insane interior. They basically, when Cadillac first started making EVs, they announced the Celestique, and I was like, they're never making that. And then they started announcing others, like the Cadillac Lyric and the Cadillac Optic and the Escalade IQ, and they started making those. But then they actually started making this celery stick, is what I'm calling it. And each one of them is super bespoke, basically. It's like handmade. You go choose all your colors and trims and everything. So the one that we got to test is
Orange.
all blue on the inside. Like,
Oh, it was
very
on the inside too?
all blue
didn't
on the
know that.
inside. And I should have taken more pictures, but it kind of looked photoshopped. It looked like I took a picture of a normal car interior and just turned everything in the saturation slider to blue.
That's like what every CES concept car looks like.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't think it was going to come out. Yeah, it's like this hyper futuristic. This is the one interior picture that I have. This is everything.
It just looks like you're. If you weren't wearing a red shirt, I would have just assumed that
Black light. It
color
looks like a
temperature was
black light.
screwed.
exactly.
It's like you're at a rave.
It was a good time.
I love bespoke stuff. I'm all for like handmade bespoke stuff, but am I the only one that feels a little weird about like a handmade bespoke EV because with the battery replacement they just have such a shorter lifespan. And I'm not pro gas car, but like you know what I mean? Doesn't that sort of feel weird? Like the idea of spending that much and putting that much effort into something that might only be on the road for like 8 years.
Yeah, the way I see it, it's kind of just a proof of, not a proof of concept, but it's like Cadillac showing up with this is the best that we can do. And they obviously are not going to sell most of these because they're so expensive, and they will bring prices down for things like an Escalade or a Lyric. But the way Miles and I looked at this car was, if you're just Cadillac and you're like, what's the actual best electric car that we can build right now? This is their example of that. And they'll sell a few of them. And so it was cool to see that, even if nobody actually buys
It has a
this.
4-zone glass roof, so you
Dude.
can only tint
You can
the seat
tint
that you're in.
each corner of the roof.
I misspoke. I did not mean to imply that EVs only last 8 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, but it was not a car that you would buy with any sense or
Interesting.
reasonable budget.
It also looks like a hearse.
Yeah, but that's what Cadillac's great at.
Yeah, Cadillacs
does.
all look like hearses.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Cadillac hearses? They're kind of sick.
Who makes hearses usually?
Cadillac.
Cadillac?
Yeah,
it
Cadillac
Lincoln?
makes a lot of hearses.
Oh.
I think Lincoln does make
That's
hearses
just their
too.
aesthetic.
Lincolns and Cadillacs are kind of similar anyway.
Yeah.
Their aesthetic.
One of them has Matthew McConaughey, and the other one has, honestly, probably Matthew McConaughey too.
Abraham.
Now that we're done talking about cars, you never thought that I would talk about a car on the podcast.
Yeah, there's a first time for everything.
when
You do the automotive content, right?
But when it's a phone car, you know I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, are you gonna rant about this laundry robot?
Oh, I do.
or
Yeah,
not?
and I had a great segue too, because you said this car looked like something you would see at CES as a concept car. Speaking of things that kind of seem like a CES concept, I saw this tweet on my timeline earlier today, And I opened it up.
I'm opening
and
it up right now.
it's from this guy called Brett, and he's the founder of Figure Robots. And they make AI humanoid robots, I guess. And it's a video, and it says, here's F.02 in my home using Helix to do my laundry. And I play the video, and this humanoid-shaped robot bends over and picks up a bucket of laundry, and holding the bucket with one hand, grabs the laundry and puts it in the washing machine with the other hand. It's very impressive. These kids are watching in awe. It's a human helper in someone's home. It's crazy. He like throws another thing in there. It handles it well. And the comments and the replies are all, very intrigued and positive. And I'm, as a founder, it's a cool high-tech project. This is the thing that people all been waiting to see. How many people talk about Optimus on my timeline every day? But this brought back my controversial take, maybe, when I first talked about Tesla Optimus and the whole idea of humanoid robots that is now playing out like in real time, which is, okay, is a human-shaped robot the answer?
Here we go.
Or should each individual thing that you are applying the robot to be its own robot?
Did you watch Hassan Minaj's interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson that he did last week?
I just downloaded it to watch.
They had this exact conversation.
Did they?
They did.
Oh, I'm excited then
So
to
you're
watch
gonna
this.
get stuck.
I am slightly away from center towards each thing should be a robot.
This scenario right here, if that little laundry basket just had wheels and a catapult, it could drive itself from my room and just launch itself into this
That's
washing
what I'm
machine.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
This is my biggest gripe with this is it's loading a washing machine. Not a single person who does laundry is like, oh, I don't want to do laundry and is
Yeah,
mad
that's
at
not the
the
hard
putting
part.
it in. It's the taking it out of the dryer and folding and putting everything away.
And to
That's
be
next.
fair,
That's-
at CES, I have seen, although not with my own eyes, but I have seen coverage of robot that folds laundry out of the washer. And it's not like a human-shaped robot.
Yeah.
It's just the washing machine puts it in the dryer, and then the dryer takes it out and folds and sorts it. And that's a different idea of a robot in your
That's
home.
very cool. I like that.
So, yeah, I guess, the argument typically with the human-shaped robot is going to be it's got this general intelligence. It can see the world. It can do a whole bunch of things. It's versatile. We've built the world around the human shape. So you could put this human-shaped robot in any situation. It can flip burgers. It can serve you food. It can go drive your car, pick up the groceries, do your laundry. It can do everything for you in the world that exists today. I get that argument. I just think as far as specialized, efficient robots, instead of putting the human-shaped robot in the car to drive it, a far more efficient solution to driving is that the car is the robot, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's going to play out. I'm just, I'm fascinated by this video, and the replies are kind of talking about both sides of this. So
Can
it's
I
interesting.
show you what I imagined with his kids watching right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen this video of this robot like malfunctioning at this trade show?
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah.
There's been way more humanoid robots on my
A
timeline.
break-dancing robot, and then it passes out, and then it
And
falls
then its
over and freaks
legs just start spinning like
It's
in
trying to,
circles,
like,
and everyone
level.
starts backing up.
I think as soon as the Optimus thing started getting built, every other company was like, it's time to ramp up, boys.
Yeah, time to make humanoid-shaped robots.
Yeah.
I would say I am, if there's a spectrum of human-shaped robots are the answer or human-shaped robots are not the answer, I am like slightly on the side of general robot is probably not the far-term solution.
My other thing is I'm so insanely skeptical of all of these because like Boston Dynamics has been doing this for so much longer than all of these places have, and their robot looks like the Hulk compared to these.
You mean Hyundai?
Hyundai, still sure. That's just even more proof that they have tons of funding also, and like Atlas is gigantic and usually not doing anything as impressive as these.
Yeah, the typical customer of one of these robots is not just like a person. It's typically it's a lot of money and a lot of investment to
These
decide.
want to be people robots.
Right, that's the future that people see, is everyone has one of these in their home, and maybe it does your laundry for you.
All right, hot take. Okay. I think that I know you're looking at me weird. I know you're scared. It's okay. It's not that. It's okay. I'm hyping this up too much. My hot take is that I don't really want humanoid things walking around with us all the time because I would rather humans stick to the humanoid shape and that the robots stick to the robot shape. And yeah,
Why not both?
Because I see the far-reaching ends of the humanoid-shaped robots, and that's when people are going to start putting like AI girlfriends in the human robots, and then people will stop talking to each other.
Bro,
altogether.
you have that right now on Twitter.
Yeah, but that's not a physical being
Yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, it depends on the person, I guess.
Imagine
you
if
can, you
Grok
can already
was
have
physical.
you can already have an AI girlfriend in a little box in your pocket.
Yeah, but it's not.
But if it's human shaped,
I don't want it to be human shaped, and I just know that that's the end game for that. I just know it will actually not even the end game, the beginning game. It'll happen very quickly, and I don't want that
It'll happen too
for
soon.
our society.
That's probably a fair take.
Thanks.
Super fair.
It'll happen immediately.
All right, we got way more to talk about, including a new iPhone 17 Pro dummy caught in public. But before we get to that, we always take some quick breaks. So let's do that for some trivia.
Was the first one a yawn? Guys, we just talked about a laundry robot for a while, and since this game of trivia, this question we're about to do, both of these questions this episode, in fact, are not going to be for points. And the reason they're not going to be for points is because last week we recorded a season finale trivia extravaganza.
Let's go.
And you, our lovely audience, will find out who won later this month. But yes, until we kick off the new season, actually, and then also later this month, we've got, I guess, this is coming out in August, right? Yeah, later this month, we've got some other special trivia stuff for you. So get ready for that.
Wait, really?
Yes. Yeah, you were not in that meeting. Oops. We'll fill you in. You're going to be excited, trust me. And so will you at home. But David, you're going to be really excited. But guys,
Maybe I
we
will
talked
at
about a
home, too.
laundry robot for a while. And so this is not for points. I wanted to do one of our special, kinda, not really tech, quiz, not tech at all. Because laundry robot, reject modernity, embrace tradition, whatever. What? So this robot, right? The value proposition is like, it does your laundry. You do other things, right? But what traditional New Orleans dish was cooked on laundry day because it was such a hands-off thing to cook? You could do your laundry all day at the same time. Little flip-flop.
I feel like I know this one.
I have a guess.
Cool.
There's two that I'm jumping between.
Well, I will only accept one.
Dang. Well, I think I know the one.
Well, answers will be at the end, like usual. We'll be right back.
Go Pels.
Support for this show comes from Shopify. Starting a business often comes with an endless to-do list, but the right tool can make all the difference, and for millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US and supports businesses of a variety of sizes, from global brands like Mattel and Gymshark to newcomers just getting started. With hundreds of customizable templates, Shopify helps you quickly build a brand that looks and feels like yours. It also makes marketing simpler, letting you create email and social media campaigns with ease. And with AI tools built specifically for commerce, you can generate product descriptions and discount codes and more fast. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. So if you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. You can turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. You can sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/waveform. Go to shopify.com/waveform. Shopify.com/waveform. All right, welcome back. We got to talk about this Twitter iPhone 17 Pro leak that just started sort of bubbling up. There's a picture that's probably hit your timeline, at least by now, of a guy caught in public with an iPhone 17 development model out in the wild. He's got a unskinned phone, and he's got this phone in a case, which typically is how employees have to test these phones without showing off the new design, which is top secret. And so it sort of blew up on Twitter. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people seem to be making it out to be.
If it was just this post, I don't think I would have put it in here, but we got this post and we got the Sony Dixon model. So I was
dummies.
like, let's just put it all together because there's a couple interesting things. It makes the dummies seem more believable when we see this. This guy also has security, I think.
Yeah. I can barely tell that the one in public is the new one.
Yeah, because it's got this case that conceals like the new camera bar thing.
Yeah.
Which we kind of all know is coming. So at this point, yeah, we see the new models and the dummies, and they all have this camera bar, which is new for the iPhone 17 lineup, allegedly. And we also have colors, which are new for the iPhone 17 lineup and are also kind of interesting because didn't we talk about this last week?
No, we didn't.
Well,
No,
no,
we did.
Last
'Cause
week
they
I
were-
said
You thought this was like the regular iPhone colors, but
Oh,
it turns
no,
out
no.
it's the Pros.
no. Sorry,
that was the
that was
Pixel.
Pixels.
Oh, that was the Pixels.
The
Wait,
Pixels.
this is the same colors though.
No.
The orange?
No, because the
No.
Pixel was
Right.
Limoncello and a
Right.
great limoncello.
I forgot.
But I did last week say these have to be the normal Pixel 10s because we all know Pro phones aren't allowed to get good colors. And here we are with an orange, like bright orange
Yeah,
iPhone Pro.
And
Yes.
So the models are showing the Pro iPhones come in black, white, blue, like a darkish blue, and orange, which is new. I can't remember the last orange iPhone since
10R.
maybe SE. Oh, 10R. Yeah, it was peach. I don't think they called it peach, but that's the color it was. And then the regular iPhones, the non-Pros, are black, white, starlight, or whatever the sort of off-white version is, and then a barely blue.
Well, according to this, it's the 17 Air is black, white, starlight,
Sorry,
blue. And then the 17
Starlight's
is black,
like
white.
gold.
Yeah, like that. Then like a pinkish
Pinkish and
like
greenish.
a light blue.
So Cosmo and Wanda phones. And then
Is that green or blue? I'm bad at colors.
The 10R, they call it coral.
Yeah.
It's
That's what
like
it was.
orangish, right?
Yeah.
Well, this comes after Samsung released a press release about how Z Fold 7 customers are actually buying the blue phone for once. In the Z Fold press release, it says, while black is typically the preferred option among Z Fold customers, Blue Shadow received nearly half of all pre-orders. Furthermore, Coral Red exceeded expectations, making up nearly 25% of pre-orders of the Flip 7. So it seems like colorful phones are making a comeback, and maybe that's why these companies are actually starting to use. But also, this like bright orange is kind of insane for Apple.
It's
like,
sweet.
if this is real,
Especially
nice.
on Pro. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like the models never do a good job at getting when the Pros usually have like a frosted to them. So like, is there a chance this could be a little frosted and a bit more muted than this?
I
Yeah.
think that it's kind of accurate where the body is mostly frosted on the Pros, and then the camera visor is glossy.
that's what it looks like.
And then on the non-Pros, it could be the other way around.
You know what this looks like? This looks like liquid glass. The frosted, the glossy camera bar kind of looks like one of those liquid
That's
glass.
actually true.
It's
Tiles.
always kind of been that where it's basically clear and
Yeah.
taking the color from the bottom. But since it's now twice as large,
Yeah, you
it
can see
looks
a
way
lot
more
of
like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Also on the Pros and on the Air, they put the flash on the right side, so that's the reason that the camera bar is so big. Yeah, it's very interesting. I wonder if this ends up being real.
I want to potentially toot my own horn because I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I said this when we were talking about where does the Air fall in the lineup. And this looks like it's replacing the 17 Plus,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think I said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I think that's where I
think that's
took it
gonna be-
as.
that's
And I
gonna
think
be
it
right.
makes the most sense here.
Yeah.
It's like bigger, but one less camera, so you're getting more and less at the same
Right,
time.
which is probably going to incentivize people to potentially buy the 17 if they don't want,
Or just go to the Pro.
yeah.
I think this is just like the part in their lineup they're the most confused about, and they're just going to keep throwing things until it sticks. Because it was Mini, then it was Plus, now it's Air.
Yeah.
We'll see if this lasts 2 years also, and then gets changed into something completely different. Or...
Fair enough.
If this is the actual lineup this leak, I think it's like one of the more exciting ones that Apple has had in a long
sure.
time.
Just because the colors?
Yeah, just the colors. And
Oh,
even
I
like
can
the
see it.
camera bumps, like there's actual differentiation between them now.
This is the best iPhone thumbnail coming up, where like all the Pro phones are very different. The Air is very different. The colors are like, this is, I can look at an iPhone and be like, okay, we're in this year's lineup. That's not
Yeah.
potentially the last 3 years.
The new Pixel, like the alleged Pixel 10 looks, in my opinion, much nicer than the alleged iPhone 17
Very
or
interested.
26. You think they're going to call it the iPhone 26?
Oh.
I don't think so.
Well, they didn't change any hard. I guess they haven't announced
Samsung
any
did
hardware.
that to align with the years on the S20.
No, you're right. They did. So Apple did it with all their software at WWDC. Would they do it with the hardware
I don't
too?
think so.
I don't know. It's not out of the question
not
because
out of the question.
they did skip all the numbers
I
for
think
the
they
software.
only did it with software because all the software, like you
wanted to
probably have
align
things
it
with
all.
multiple, like most other Apple products don't have numbers associated with them. They're just like
AirPods
the
Pro
year
2.
of it. Yeah, but then just like the MacBook Pro,
Yeah.
iPad doesn't have like
It's the chip
iPad's 8. It's usually
That's
based
true.
on more like the chip or the software and like
That's true.
yeah.
What if
Yeah.
they
That's
just
my
start
guess. I think
doing-
it'll be 17.
bringing the MacBook? What if they're just like iPhone 2025? Like they
They
just
could
start
do
putting
that.
the year in there.
I guess that would be.
But if it's going to launch with iOS 2026,
they'll do it next
This is
year.
why I said the card thing was kind of complicated.
Yeah.
And confusing.
2026 iPhone coming in September 2025.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm also disappointed my Cosmo and Wanda phone comment didn't get more love.
I still think it's blue. That's why.
Wait, no, these?
That's blue.
Oh, whoa! Wait, you have a different picture.
This is the Sunny
I'm
Dixon.
looking in our thing. You have a blue and a green. The
Yeah.
one I'm looking at only has blue and pink, so that's why you didn't get a laugh. Because I was like, "Wow, moron! Have you ever seen Cosmo and Wanda?"
This is the Sunny Dixon.
I was like,
David and I were looking at the same photo, which
Gotcha.
doesn't have a green.
set,
that.
yes.
Can we just do that is my blue, your blue thing? Yeah.
So yeah, there's a pink and a green.
Okay.
Hence my comment.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see very soon.
I have one more iPhone question.
Yeah.
Ellis, what's your battery percentage at?
So, someone asked me that in person while I was in LA.
I thought I would have asked.
We forgot last week, and we actually had multiple comments asking what his battery percentage was.
We remembered this week.
Guys, it's not too bad today. I have not charged my phone
36.
yet today. No, we're at 66%.
Pretty good.
Panic
bad.
attack.
When did you take it off the charger?
Took it off the charger probably like
An hour ago.
8:30.
It's still plugged in.
8:30. My
Okay.
yeah.
3 hours.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
9-hour battery life.
It does die so fast that I was traveling with an Anchor MagSafe portable battery thing. And when I'm using the phone and MagSafe charging, the battery life just stays the same.
Yeah.
It's really funny. You
Yeah.
should try the Ridge one, see if you get any more speed out of it.
I should. No, I should.
Yeah. All right. So actually,
Yeah,
speaking
channel,
of
channel sponsor, I should try the channel
course.
sponsor Ridge.
Of course.
One, yes.
Speaking of the channel sponsor Ridge one, there is a rumor of the Pixel 10 including Qi 10 with magnets.
G10?
Sorry, Pixel 10. Pixel 10.
8. It's just like a bolt of lightning across the like, whoosh, and your phone is
G26.
charged.
10.
There's rumors of the Pixel 10 having Qi 2 with the magnets built in.
Yeah.
Which I think would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because that would mean you could use MagSafe accessories. You can use any of these magnetic things that just slap onto the back of the phone without a case.
Yeah.
I'm a no case guy. I'll throw skin on my phone sometimes, but I don't usually have a case on my phone, so this is exciting
Yeah.
for me.
I just thought of a reason why they should be implementing G2 with magnets. Sorry, and then you can actually explain the good part of this.
Okay.
Every phone manufacturer should do this because the chance of people then breaking their phones and having to pay that manufacturer to fix it is far increased. Because now you don't because then you have the magnets in the phone and you don't have to buy a case.
Oh, you mean because
Yeah.
right.
Why wouldn't they all have that's Apple's ahead of its time.
Well,
They-
but Apple also sells MagSafe cases that
True.
like add magnets to the case too.
yeah, but you only have the option to go no case with MagSafe if the magnets are built in.
Unless you get a case that has magnets in it, like the
Yeah.
iPhone cases.
Well, yeah, but then it's not a phone with no case because it has a case.
Well, yeah, true. Sure. Yeah.
It was a bad. Go on.
It's okay.
Explain the
No,
rest.
it's okay. Okay. Just to explain this. So, like, I don't know if it was earlier this year or late last year, the Qi 2 standard got released, which is the basically Apple donated a bunch of magnetic standards to the Wireless Power Consortium, which then implemented the Qi 2 standard, which we've been waiting for a very long time. I think it actually was probably last year. But effectively, every phone that has Qi 2 is going to have magnets in it now, similar to MagSafe, which is very cool because MagSafe is probably one of the coolest phone innovations, most helpful phone innovations in a very long time. Then we found out that the Wireless Power Consortium separated out Qi 2 into Qi 2 and Qi 2 Ready. Qi 2 Ready is basically saying that if you put a case on it that has the magnets in it, and I'm assuming it has a little microcontroller in it that says this is a G2 ready case, it'll charge with G2 and it'll stick to it and stuff. That made us very sad because I run caseless. I don't want to have to put my phone in a case just to use MagSafe accessories. I think that's lame, and you can already do that with like a $3 magnet that you can find on Amazon or whatever. So we were kind of thinking, oh no, of course now Google's just gonna do like Qi 2 Ready or whatever.
Yeah.
But Now there's a very, very, very strong chance that the Pixel is going to have official G2. This comes from a leak from Evan Blass. He has tweeted pictures of the Pixel 10, Pixel 10 Pro, Pixel 10 Pro Fold alongside a new obsidian color for the Pixel Buds Pro 2 and the Pixel Watch 4. But the most interesting thing is that one of the leaked images that he shared showed the Pixel 2 with a new Pixel Snap wireless charger attached to it, which looks very, very similar to a MagSafe Puck, but with more rounded edges, basically, instead of being like sharp. And that effectively confirms that it has the magnets built inside the phone because
I sure hope
the
so.
charger is like stuck directly to the phone.
Yeah.
So
Yes, please.
that's very, very exciting. We've been wanting this.
I would love this. I've been waiting for it for so long. I keep having to put my phone in a case that I do not want to use just because MagSafe is like that irreplaceable to me.
Yeah.
And now with it being built into the phone,
Yeah. Basically,
I'm a little-
you go ahead.
No, I'm a little nervous. I might get let down by this Pixel. It's lining up to be such a great phone, and I'm already like mentally going like, yeah, this feels like it's probably gonna be my next phone. And then
I pretty much have it on pre-order
like,
already.
yeah,
what
same.
are they gonna do?
I'm
Well,
ready for
you know, I was just talking to Ellis in the car this morning about this, but I at first was kind of disappointed that they weren't going really flashy because it's the 10th one, and I thought, you know, they did do something big, like the iPhone 10 was a very different type of iPhone, very revolutionary. But considering their market share has been rising fairly significantly over the last like 2 to 3 years, this exact current design of Pixel, which we've had effectively since Pixel 7, where it's got the camera bar, but it's rounded.
Yeah.
I think that that's very popular, and people are starting to buy the phone, and their average sales have been going up and up and up.
There's enough momentum that they don't want to shake it up.
I
too
think they
much.
don't want to shake it up too much. I think they just want to make it better. They want to make it, but it is kind of like jewelry, and this is why I said that I think that the Pixel 10 this year actually looks quite a bit better than the iPhone 17 if the rumors are all true, the renders are all true.
We'll see.
Yeah, so it'd be very cool to get that.
if the renders are true, then the Pixel 9 looks better than this year's iPhone.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But speaking of Pixel, very quickly, this is kind of a little quick hit. There is this there's a concept of these Pixel over-ear headphones that someone made on Behance,
That looks so good.
and they look
This is so good.
they look so good.
We don't often tell you to pull over in your car if you're listening to this and like pull up the video and watch
Yeah.
what we're about to talk about, but you guys need to see this. 'Cause
Yeah.
These headphones look amazing.
So someone made this concept that's supposed to compete directly with like AirPods Pro, but it's or AirPods Max, sorry. But it is so Google in every possible way. Like I could see this person being the lead designer at Google for headphones. They look so good. It's hard to describe them. They sort of have this telescoping band that wraps around the ear cups, and it is, you know, metal, and then they have the same sort of like pixel gloss finish and color, and then they have a few buttons that are like the bright orange color to kind of like accent it.
This is interesting in the ear cup design. It's so wild talking this much about like just a design
a
that
render.
probably isn't even going to be real, but it just looks so good. But like, do you know how the nothing ear headphones were like a squircle and then a circle in the middle? I
Yeah.
guess that was like an oval in the middle of it.
Yeah.
This is a way cooler and like sleek version of that. This like nice matte like beige
Yeah.
where the circle then just like melts
It bevels into-
yeah, the like square ear
Yeah.
cup, and then the buttons are on the bottom of that circular like beveled into it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It looks so good. I would buy these.
He even has
immediately.
renders of it on like someone's head, and they look freaking
They look very realistic.
amazing.
David said that he wanted to talk about this, and I was so hyped because I specifically want to beg Google to hire him and make this real.
Sit
Hire
on.
this guy.
Yeah. So
Sid Hunt, I think is.
Hunt.
I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure on
Yeah.
pronunciation. We'll put it in the show notes, but like
These are
this
amazing.
I would
There are
buy
some
these.
things, tiny things I would change, but I mostly like them a lot.
It's got a headphone
you
jack.
don't want the power button.
So there's, I think, 2 things I would change. No, I like power button.
Oh, the orange.
The chrome arm on them
think
would
that's
get like very fingerprinty, so I'd probably want that to be matte. Maybe I don't mind it. It looks really cool when it's clean. That's obviously great. The other thing is I've been using the Sony WH-1000 XM6s, and just like the touch control on the outside to go next song, previous song, swiping on the side of the headphones sucks every time. Every pair of headphones that does that sucks. And it reminded me of the Surface headphones. You remember those?
Yeah, with the
where
dial.
you had the dial, the ring, where you could change volume and move. I kind of want a little bit more of that on these. So I see there looks like a volume rocker on these headphones. I want like a next song and a previous song without having to swipe on the side of them.
It is kind of sad because Microsoft has effectively killed a lot of that product ecosystem. But during the life cycle of the Surface product ecosystem, when it was at its peak, when they had the Surface Studio and they had the Surface headphones, that dial was sort of a fundamental kind of object because they had the dial for the Surface Studio, which was like this wireless puck that you could use for drawing and drafting and stuff. And they integrated that same design into the headphones so that it felt very cohesive.
That's great.
So yeah, Google could theoretically.
Do you remember Surface Buds?
Yeah, those
With
were
the
the
big
worst.
disc?
Those.
Do you remember why it was that big disc and what the feature was for it? So you could swipe in PowerPoint on your earbuds.
Oh man.
I remember reading that like press release.
They showed us that at Microsoft, and we all just went,
Yeah.
cool.
Also, those were the most uncomfortable earbuds I've ever worn. They were the hardest plastic. Like they did not mold to your ears at all. They were so hard. It was
But it's a sacrifice
so bad.
you'd be willing to make to be able to move to the next slide.
Why are you even wearing earbuds while you're talking to people giving a presentation?
So you can be discreet about it. Like, so if you look at the next slide here,
Every time you're just like,
Those are bad.
that was bad. They make clickers for that, just so you know.
I know.
Yeah,
But I agree with you. I'm anti-swipe on any headphones. I want a physical button because I hate just like adjusting in your ear and now the volume and the song has switched and I hate all
you know
of
what
that.
I've settled into? Because all these headphones have autoplay pause when you take them off.
I hate that.
You know, I've started just using it for everything. Especially when I'm on a plane. You know, you can do the like cup thing for some of them, where you can take one ear back, or you can like hit the button to play pause.
Yeah.
Literally, if someone walks up to me, the music stops.
Yeah.
Whatever I was doing is gonna pause.
The
and I have to
Sony
talk to the
ones, though, you
person,
can put one
and
hand over one of the ear cups.
Yeah, but I don't
but
want
then
to
you
talk
look
to
like a
somebody like
douche.
this.
that's true.
I just don't like that. That
It looks
seems
so
weird.
rude.
Hey, David.
I feel like
It just looks weird.
And then mid-conversation, your hand just like comes off. And you start listening to music again.
it is a pretty obvious.
Your
cue
eyes
that-
glaze over. Yeah.
I feel like I intuitively understand what's happening when you do that, though.
No, you get it. It just makes you look like a jerk. Because you're like, you're not important enough for me to take off my headphones.
I also haven't worn over-eared headphones in like a really long time.
But if
besides
these
right
Google
now.
ones are out.
I've just been on so many flights lately that I've just gotten so fed up and I've just taken them off every time. That's just my,
Really?
Yeah. my
Speaking
default
of fed up, the Fediverse corner this week
Hey, baby.
would have been so sick right there with that,
Wow.
but we don't have one. But
That's
maybe
funny.
That's true.
You know what we do have? Trivia.
Fediverse. Is this trivia federated?
Trivia. It is not federated, but
Wait, bit chat.
Oh, that's not federated though.
I know.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Anyway,
let's keep it classic. So, IP ratings, those are a thing. The Microsoft Zune had a what IP rating?
The original?
The original Microsoft Zune. That is the question.
It had an IP rating.
is that a trick question?
It had an IP rating.
That's the question.
We
Like,
just don't-
what was the IP rating of the Microsoft Zune?
Wow.
67.
What was its ingress protection rating? Huh. I'm going to have to think about that one.
Ingress.
I don't really remember the original Zune very well. I had the Zune HD, which was also not very memorable,
I
but
had the Zune Pro Max.
I thought the Zoom HD was like the famous one.
the Zune HD was awesome. I just
brown
don't
one.
think it was particularly IP rated either. So
Particularly IP.
I have no clue what the answer is.
Neither are OnePlus phones.
We'll think about this one for a while. Answers at the end. We'll be right back.
Deep cut. Welcome back, everybody, to the Waveform podcast. We're your hosts. I know I do this every time.
I'm Adam.
Okay. You may have heard a few months ago, I believe, that Eric Mijakovsky, who was the guy that invented Beeper, who we did a whole thing on, and then Beeper is now part of Automatic, and then I went to an Automatic party about Beeper, and then it was weird. The guy, Eric Mijakovsky, basically was able to get back all of the rights from Google because Pebble was sold to Fitbit, and then Fitbit was sold to Google, and so Google eventually had all the rights to Pebble.
one step also in between here is he already, like we talked about this a little while ago, he was relaunching Pebble, but he had to call it Core Design.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was getting there.
Oh, sorry.
So he was able to get Google to release all the copyright for the Pebble hardware stuff. So he decided he wanted to relaunch it because now, Pebble was like one of the first smartwatches. But now,
I'm impressed that he got Google to do that.
yeah, I know they were like, yeah, I guess we're not really doing anything with it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think they open sourced it. Yeah. So now he's making it again. It was one of the first smartwatches, and now everyone feels like they have too much of their phone throwing things at them all the time. So they want less stuff. And Pebble, because it was an early smartwatch, is less stuff. It is also not quite e-ink, I don't think.
It's e-paper.
E-paper. But anyway,
One of them is, right? The other one is...
I believe they're both.
They both are? Okay.
he needed to call it Core Devices because he did not have the right to the Pebble name.
Right.
Which was very funny because one of them used to be called the Pebble 2 Duo, and then now it was called the Core 2 Duo, which was an old Intel processor. But very recently, as of I believe this week, he was actually able to get the Pebble name back. So officially, it is now Pebble again.
Multiple people in this
insane.
office are super excited about this.
Yeah, there are dozens of us.
Alex is already
Is it weird
planning
that
to order.
I mean, I want to get one.
They're pretty sick.
that's the most shocking
That's pretty
thing to me is that Google was like, sure, you can just why did they even? I guess
I think they were just not planning on doing anything with it, so they open sourced
Yeah,
it.
but still.
I mean they own it.
Not anymore.
I mean when they did own it, I just feel like I'm surprised that a company like Google
Gave it away for free.
would just give that away for free
Yeah,
and go through
You're
the
talking
work
about
to
the hardware
release
or the name?
both.
both.
True.
That's all of what Pebble is.
This will come back and bite us, and we don't know how yet.
Yeah,
He
maybe.
did say, like, I commend him for this blog post because this is like this is how every update on like a project should be ever. It is a simple, no bells and whistles, very text-based blog post.
Yeah.
That's just like, listen, TLDR at the top, here's the good things, here's the bad things, read about it quickly. You could read this whole blog post in less than 10 minutes and know everything you need to know about these watches.
Yeah.
Have
So,
DS summarize it for me.
But he opens it up with, we've been able to recover the trademark for Pebble. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to work out so easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would not either.
Can I share my favorite part about the Pebble relaunch? As someone who was obsessed with the Pebble when it came out and was too young to like have enough money to buy one, and now that I'm an adult, I can. All of the repo marketplace for all of the original Pebble watch faces and apps and stuff is still up. And these new core Pebbles, since they're running just an updated version of the OS, it all still works,
Yeah.
assuming that the web services are still up. So like these watches are dropping with like thousands of apps and thousands of watch faces. And like you'll get to immediately dive into like this super cool, I don't know, I am just...
Well, they also, and they're not called Core anymore. They just are called Pebble Time 2 now. And
Pebble Core 2 Duo and Pebble
Yeah, the core is in the model name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, at least it is on the website.
At the bottom.
no, the
actually,
website
it
actually is
crossed out.
not even updated. Or wait, hold on. He has it in here. It said it right at the top. It is now called the.
Oh, this is the.
It's called the
Re-Pebble.
Pebble 2 Duo and the Pebble Time 2. There's no
Yeah.
core in
They
it.
crossed
anymore.
out
Okay.
core. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still on the Re-Pebble website. Which
Yeah,
is
on
different.
this. Okay, sweet.
Oh no, Pebble. It's just called Pebble now. He got
I
the
am
Pebble
so
trademark back.
excited, you guys. This is so exciting.
Oh, but when you go to pebble.com, it goes to store.google.com.
He's got to buy that.
Well,
too.
even
I guess he doesn't have the domain; he just has the name.
That's funny.
Interesting.
even in the I Want one, it's still called Core 2 Duo and Core 2 Time. He even says in the blog post, "I've been calling it Core for so long, I'm gonna mess that up." And there's like 4 instances in the blog post where he calls it
Core.
the old name. Yeah,
That's funny.
but I'm excited.
Very
These
cool.
look sweet. This is the farthest away from my Garmin watch I feel like it could ever be, and I kind of
opposite.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I don't like smartwatches in general, and so being able to have something that's like sort of a smartwatch, but also really dumb, but also has really good battery life, but also looks kind of weird.
And has great watch faces.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about
David,
that.
I've gone full circle with you. When I met, I was exclusively like an analog watch guy.
Yeah.
And you were a smartwatch person.
Yeah.
And then I watched you get into analog and digital watches. And then I got my first Apple Watch and fell in love. And
Yeah.
exclusively wore that for years.
And now we're both gonna
No, now I'm back.
Oh.
I've stopped dailying the. I took a selfie a few weeks ago. I think I mentioned I took a selfie, and I'm a pretty little guy, and I was
ages
just
look big.
horrified. At
Did you have an
amount of
Ultra? Is that
wrist-
what it was?
Yeah, I have an. Or I have I was testing the Office's Ultra One.
Yeah. We're going to meet in the middle with an e-paper watch.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. All right. I have 2 small stories that I want to talk about very quickly. YouTube Jump Ahead is coming to TVs. I don't know if you guys know this feature. I use the feature all the time.
Yep.
I feel a little bit bad because I know it just skips the sponsor.
No one
basically.
uses that feature on our podcast, so it's fine.
That's true.
Don't feel bad about skipping those sponsors because no sponsor marketing agency is smart enough to understand that view's not going to them.
Andrew, our sponsors.
Yeah,
We
don't.
love ours. I mean, everyone watches ours.
That's true. Nobody skips.
That's why we make Ellis do them.
Yeah. So that's coming to TVs, which is very cool because now when I watch on my projector, because I often will sit in my bed and watch some stuff on my projector in the evenings.
Nice.
Quite nice.
Can I do this next one?
Sure.
Because the guy who made the video that you wanted to talk about was one of the YouTubers I recommended in our
remember.
Waveform recommendation game
Nice.
so long ago.
Yeah,
Nice.
because
Benn
he made
Jordan.
Yeah, he made that like driverless cars will never work video.
He made the really good driverless car video. He does this really goofy thing where he oscillates between like really serious stuff, like the
Yeah.
world is a scary place right now video, and then he'll do this video, which is called.
Well, I don't. Yeah, wait. I have to bring up the actual name.
I think it's called I downloaded a PNG to a bird.
Saved
Yeah.
a PNG.
Saved a
number.
PNG.
I saved a PNG to a bird.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. It's
Yeah.
where he converts a PNG to sound.
Yeah.
Teaches a bird to sing that sound, records that bird in another location, and then reconverts it into a distorted version of
Yeah.
the PNG.
What was very you should go watch this video. It's very good. This guy's like an audio engineer who is
He's a musician.
Yeah, he's like a musician, and if you go back on his YouTube channel, most of his content was like music content. And in the last like couple of years, he's just started doing like wild stuff, and it's like really, really good.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's very good.
He's one of those people that was like, it's funny that you did anything else before being a YouTuber because you were like kind of made to do it.
Yeah, because
You know?
he's got that perfect mix of like the video quality is not like insanely good. He's just like setting up wherever he can, whatever. But what he's actually doing is like so interesting and scientific and smart and cool.
That's what matters.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
like Tom Scott core in a lot of ways.
Marques, you would really like this channel
Yeah.
a lot. He's able,
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was funny about this is that he went to basically teach this cockatoo. I think it's called is it called a cockatoo?
It's a bird.
Yeah. They can repeat things.
we have the button.
Do you have birds?
I got birds, boy. That was Benn Jordan, actually. We just sound very similar.
He plays the sound for the bird, but he doesn't hear it actually repeat it. And so it's repeating all these other sounds, but he's recording the whole thing, and he's like, well, guess it didn't repeat the sound that I wanted it to record. And then he goes home, and he's just like looking at the waveform, and he's like, wait. And he sees a picture.
Frequency, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it's a spectrogram. I
spectrogram.
can't quite remember from the video, but
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's a
the way
spectrogram.
that he like made the sound was he like drew the sound in some software and it created the sound, and then he played that. And he didn't hear the bird make the sound, but he was recording the whole interaction. And he goes home and he just like throws the audio on the spectrogram or whatever, and he randomly sees the photo of the bird that he had drawn, and then there was a section where the bird just did the sound, but just slowly and quietly.
That's cool.
Benn Jordan, we'd love to meet you sometime. We could talk audio and
Yeah.
and
This guy, I was like, this guy would be Ellis's best friend.
I think
It'd
me
be
and
his
Mr.
best
Jordan
friend.
would be quite good friends.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, with that, I think that we should answer more questions, actually ask more questions. Did we do a second trivia question? Mm-hmm. I guess we
And we're
should
not repeating
answer more questions, and it's not for points.
Yeah. Guys, question number 1, throwing it back to New Orleans, go Pels, go Saints. I'm not actually a fan of either of those teams, but today I am. The great city of New Orleans. Guys, instead of having a robot do your laundry so you could do other stuff, what classic New Orleans dish was traditionally made on wash day, Monday, so that you could wash your clothes while these cooked without you touching them?
Can I guess
You're
two
right.
things?
I am between two.
This is
Yeah.
like the worst phrased question I've ever given you.
No, but I
like
understand.
apologize for like. I know, but I was thinking the whole episode, like when I read it for the first time, like earlier in the episode, like what a mishmash word salad of nonsense.
I just picked the one
you know?
that I'm sure I spelled right. The other
Then
one.
we have the same answer.
Then we have this. The other
I
one's-
tried to spell the other one.
You tried to spell the other one? Okay.
Oh.
I wrote that, then erased it, and then put the easier one.
Just know if you guys get this wrong, no one is allowed to
That's how I
go to
spelled
Mardi
it.
Gras. And all 3 of you got it wrong. But you might as well read the answers anyway.
Dang it.
Andrew and
Yeah.
Andrew and I put gumbo.
That is wrong.
And I said jambalaya.
Yep, also wrong. Two delicious foods, though. Do you guys know the
Are
difference
they
between
popular in
New Orleans? Yes.
Yeah.
But the correct answer was... Oh, we have no drum roll button.
Why not?
Close enough. It's red beans and rice.
Oh, Claire's
Because
dad
you-
and Claire are obsessed with that.
Because you have to cook the beans all day. to get
Because
them
they're
soft
hard
enough.
otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we're not going to do a quick update on the score because this is purely an exhibition match.
We all got it wrong anyway.
Showcase game.
Okay, update on the score.
0-0-0.
Update on the score. Marques with 0.
Nice.
Andrew, David, also 0.
No,
Oh.
Andrew carrying the 1 with 0.
All right, next question. What was the IP rating of the Microsoft Zune? Not the HD, the OG. Not the Ananobi. Nick fan reference. Damn, Andrew, you got it already?
Oh yeah,
Of course, and it
fast.
gets
Easy.
everywhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna win this preseason game.
Postseason.
The season.
Postseason.
No, postseason's usually more important.
Yeah. Preseason is just for funsies. Like this. All right, flip 'em and read. What do you got?
Oh, it's probably an X.
What'd you guys say?
I did IPX4.
I did IPX3.
I did IP 45.
Is that a,
Nope.
is that a thing?
It did not have an IP rating.
I knew
it.
I knew. I asked
Knew
if
it.
it
At the
had
beginning, I was like,
IP
this is
rating.
probably a freaking...
Yeah, when you said, "Is this a trick question?" I was like, "Oh, he's on to me."
Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, we all got tricked anyway.
Yeah.
I hate to see it.
Well,
Adam loved to see that.
it's officially August. You know what that means. Pixels this month. iPhone's not this month. You're going to
Next
get
month.
some information
Yeah,
as the weeks go by.
very soon.
I'm going to get the orange one. I decided.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be my...
I think all of us are pre-ordering this thing.
Yeah.
The
One of
Pixel
them.
and-
iPhone.
iPhone, I'm getting the.
Oh, sorry, Pixel and iPhone.
Oh.
I was talking about the Pixel.
Oh, I was talking
The
about
Pixel's
the
not an orange. The Pixel's
Gotcha. Yeah. Still ordering it though.
in limoncello.
I would like to take this opportunity to say, this is not goodbye. This is see you soon.
Oh, no. You're not
You'll
supposed to tell them because we have to trick them to watch.
Well, it'll still be very exciting, obviously, but I will be out of town, as I've mentioned, for 2 episodes of the podcast.
Not 3?
Yes,
I believe it's 2.
Okay.
3 would
And
have
I'll
been
be
if
back.
you didn't make it this week.
What
Yeah.
are you doing, Marquez?
I will be competing in the World Games event for Ultimate Frisbee for Team USA. So hopefully we have a good time. It is in Chengdu, China, so I cannot join the podcast from the other side of the world. Even if I did, the time zones would be too crazy anyway. I'll be missing 2 weeks, but the crew's going to hold it down, and we're still going to talk tech. And when I get back, we'll catch up on everything that I missed.
And we have lots of fun stuff planned for your absence. So
Yeah.
make sure you tune
Trivia's gonna be worth 50 points each when you're gone.
Don't have too much fun without me.
in. And also, everyone send Marquez good vibes that he wins Worlds.
Good vibes and good luck.
Comes back with a big trophy.
We need another one.
That would be nice.
So you'll be here for the Pixel 10
Exactly.
episode.
Barely.
Yeah, right on time.
Nice.
So yeah, thank you again for watching and for listening and for tuning in this week and subscribing, of course, because that's super important. And if you did subscribe, that means we'll see you next week.
And if you don't, Marquez will lose. Oh my goodness, how do you do this?
Waveform is produced by Emily and Alice Revan. The Vox Media Podcast Network is the people that produce us, and our music is the Vane Sill guy.
I'm down.
Send it.
I think that's pretty good, right?
It's pretty good.
Hot take. The Zune HD was the single greatest designed MP3 player of all time.
What?
MP4 player.
You know the iPod exists.
Yeah.
And
Did I
you're
stutter?
sticking by it?
Did I stutter?
That's crazy.